And if you see this gentleman to my left who has on these shades and this toboggan that looks like he just hit about 35 licks on the way in, it's my boy, the most nefarious nigga in the country, landlord from Alabama. What's up with you, man? That looks like he just hit about 35 licks on the way.
You got to turn that down, sir. How you doing, man? We in the building with it.
Indeed, like, hey, I didn't realize I had my YouTube playing in the background, but God is good. God is good. At least it's working. Now, listen, y'all got to understand, we really, really love y'all. My microphone stopped working this morning. Landlord will have some technical difficulties. It was a mess, but we put some stuff together so we can run this show because we got love for y'all, man. Love for y'all. This was a plane that we had to build in the air, and it still damn near crashed. So yeah, man, it is what it is, though. So we're live. I'm back after a short hiatus, and the liquor store is in full effect, man.
So we got a lot of news to talk about, don't we?
Yes, we do. Hold that thought, man. Hold on. All right, that's what I gotta do. I gotta mute that. Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, we good then. We good then. Like I said, I got some shit nigga rigged. So hey, if you hear some abducted by aliens, if you hear something crazy, just know we got it stapled together. We holding this show together with hope, prayers, and some glue.
It's rough.
It's rough. But hey, man, y'all know the usual rules and regulations when y'all tap in with your independent content creators, man. First and foremost, if you're over here in the liquor store or if you're over there in the trap, we need y'all to hit that like button. The more likes that we get on these platforms, the more that these platforms will push the content. That just how the algorithm works. So if you got love for Henny the more, you want to see it succeed in the liquor store, hit that like button. If you got love for Landlord, you want to see him succeed over there in his nefarious activities, hit that like button. After you hit that like button, I need y'all to share the content. You do know that we believe in manifestation inside the liquor store. So we are trying to manifest the Dallas Cowboys 6th championship. So share the content 6 times. It can be to a friend, a foe, a op, a pimp, a hoe. It does not. Everybody. You ain't gotta like them. This can be your cousin that stole your girlfriend on the playground. This can be that one best friend that owed you $20 since the 9th grade. It can be whoever. Just share the content 6 times and drop 6 emojis so the Dallas Cowboys can manifest that 6th championship in 2024.
Yeah, the Browns finna go crazy, man. Don't bring up bad topics, Mr. Craig. That's you get one red X on your paper for that. Don't do it no more.
Hey, man, you got to do what you got to do sometimes. Nobody told Jerry Jones and them to not participate. You know, they up here giving away good players for a stick of bubble gum and a pack of ramen noodles. They up here making jailhouse swapping for wide receivers, and the Dallas Cowboys don't want to participate.
That's why I'm dressed like this now. I'm finna go pull a kick though on the Joneses. Because they keep letting all these deals get away, and I don't appreciate it.
Man, it is what it is, though, man. The Dallas Cowboys ain't going to do right. Matter of fact, they probably going to lose. We'll talk about it. We'll get to it. Let me ask you, you got anything you're promoting in the trap, man? You got any raffles or anything you're doing right now?
Nah, we just got a lot of dope content coming real soon. That's it.
Well, in the liquor store, we are running a raffle right now, man. It's $5 per raffle entry, and we're going to run this mug all the way to April 30th. Folks like Henny, why so long? Like, y'all going to want that new Dallas Cowboy first-round pick jersey. If we get Keon Coleman, you can't tell me you ain't going to want a Keon Coleman jersey. But you just entered in the raffle, and now you done got, you know, a Michael Gallup jersey, and he ain't on the team no more. But, yeah, we're going to run it to April the 30th. That way, if we get a dope draft pick in the first round, y'all can get them. If we get a Brian Thomas, Keon Coleman, I know that's going to sell like hotcakes. But $5 per raffle entry. You can hit the Cash App, $ Henny the more, or you can hit the super chats or the super stickers. And you know we'll randomly draw a person once the raffle is over. So just stay tuned. If you want an opportunity to enter, y'all know what to do.
Yes, man. And you know we seen the news break that Michael Gallup was given permission to go request a trade, right? Go seek a trade. So, and we just seen the deal that Jared Judy did with the Browns for a 5th and a 6th round pick. So Michael Gallup worth gonna be what, about a 17th round pick? Like, what would we get for him?
Absolutely nothing. And real quick, shout out to my boy Justin Kitchen for the $10 cash app, man. I appreciate you for the love and support. And that there 2 raffle entries, man.
Salute to him on my end too, man. Appreciate you, Mr. Justin Kitchen.
Indeed, man. He said, I want that new Michael Gallup USFL jersey, man. Oh, in it.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Mr. Justin. Appreciate that.
Indeed. Michael Nelson, what's up with you, man? Thank you for sliding in. So let's go ahead and pull it up, man. I know this is sort of bootleg, but I do got all that information in here. So
B Bird said Michael Gallup gonna play for the Birmingham Stallions next year.
he might actually win the championship if he does that.
That's sad. He'll get a ring though.
I mean, it don't count for much. You know, the rings you get out the lollipop dispenser. And
they come out the Cracker Jack box.
Yeah, man. You know, like those rings mean more. I bought
Where they got the same place they got that Lakers bubble ring from.
Yeah, who?
That Lakers bubble ring.
Oh, you sending shots, man. You know I ain't no Lakers fan though. That's still funny.
That Lakers bubble ring came out of a Cracker Jack box too. But that's a topic for another day.
Indeed. So, like you said, your boy Jared Judy, who you were campaigning for, you stood on the table for him. You begged the Joneses with tears in your eyes, said, "Please get Jared Judy." He liked that, man. He's a great route runner. If I'm not mistaken, he ran like a 4.4 at the combine, maybe a 4.3. So he's athletic. And listen, he is a victim of his own circumstances. Like nobody knew that he would go to the Broncos and not have a quarterback. Nobody would knew that he would be playing under all these different head coaches. Like Jared Judy is a victim of his own circumstances. He never really had nothing. But
that's what I'm saying. Like it's kind of crazy. It's kind of hard to project because we really don't know what to expect from Deshaun freaking man Watson at this point. So we don't really know what he gonna do. But if he had a normal functioning operating quarterback like a Dak Prescott or something, he would tear the league up. I'm gonna tell you that right now, especially alongside with somebody like CD. But now I don't know what Deshaun is gonna do. I would stamp it right now and say they finna go crazy. But I just don't trust Deshaun. Like if I trust Deshaun like I used to, before he got freaky, 4-3-4, before he was you know what I'm saying? Before he was one of those dudes, I would just stamp it right now and say Jared Judy and Cooper finna go crazy. I can't say that because I don't trust Deshaun. But hey, I still think Jared Judy gonna be going off though, man.
Man, wait a minute. Why you act like before he went freaky is like a date, like after Christ?
Yeah, it was.
Before he went
it was a point in time when he was normal freaky. Then he transitioned to freaky man. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you give me a headache, dog. Hold on.
He transitioned to freaky man, and then it just upgraded a little bit.
But I am gonna say this. Do you know? Like I like Jared Judy, you know, like I like his ability and everything. Do you know that they got more? Hey, shout out to Michael Nelson on my end for the $10 cash app, man. They also got you 2 raffle entries in the liquor store, man. So salute to you. If y'all want, like Michael Nelson and my boy Justin Kitchen and get y'all some raffle entries, all you got to do is hit that cash app, man. $5.
Salute to Mr. Michael Nelson as well on my side, man. Appreciate you, sir.
That's love right there, man.
Real love.
But yeah,
like Mary J say. But yeah, man, you know, we was campaigning for Jared. Well, I was campaigning for Judy.
I ain't finished the train of thought. I was gonna tell you that I like Jared Judy a lot. The issue though is Amari Cooper made 4 Pro Bowl selections. Amari Cooper had like 6-7 1,000-yard seasons, and they still got more for Jared Judy than we got for Amari Cooper. That was what I was gonna get at.
Yikes!
Get it that Jared Judy never had a 1,000-yard season, never made a Pro Bowl, never did none of that. And they got more for him on an expiring contract right, on an expiring contract, you only get a year of Jerry Jeudy before you got to pay him, and they got more for him than we did for Amari Cooper, who
So
still has
what we finna give? What we finna give for Michael Gallup though?
nothing.
An IOU?
And listen, and it's because of this. If you can get a Jerry Jeudy for a fifth and a sixth, why the hell would I give you anything for Michael Gallup when we already know you're finna cut the man? We know you're finna cut Michael Gallup. So why would I give you anything for a wide receiver? Fuck 500 yards. This man ain't had 450 yards in the last 3 years.
Very disappointing.
Hey, shout out to Mr. Burns for the $5 cash app for the raffle entry, man. I appreciate you for the love and support.
Salute, Mr. Burns. Salute. But yeah, that's very disappointing, bro. Very disappointing in Michael Gallup. And that was a guy I would have fought for. You know what I'm saying? I rock with Michael Gallup. But his play just did a straight nosedive across the years. You remember that year? And it could be our own fault when you think about it. You remember that year when he had the knee problem? He had like a knee issue, and then he came back way quicker.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's been right ever since.
I mean, you got to think about it. He had, because before he had the ACL, he had like another injury that year. Because remember, he just had came back like a week or two before the Arizona game when he got hurt. So he had injuries in 2021. Of course, the major one being the ACL. Then he came back like 2 games into the 2022 season. That's entirely too soon. Then he was never the same after that. So you're right. Like him rushing back from that injury played a lot into it. And listen, he'll give you a flash here and there, but Michael Gallup was never the fastest guy in the world to begin with. He was never the tallest guy in the world to begin with. He's like 6'1" and some change. They got him listed at like 6'2". So what physical advantage does he have? And he's not the world's greatest route runner. So what physical?
They use him like he's 6'8" though. That's what's so crazy. He like Charles Barkley for the wide receivers. You know what I'm saying? He's not super big, but he play like he's a big man. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how Michael Gallup play. You know what I'm saying? He play way bigger than his size. But pause. But Dak said Dak be throwing the ball to him like high pointing to him. That's all he want to do. And you remember it be so frustrating. It's like Dak, he know the spot to throw the ball to when it comes to Michael Gallup. He just try to throw it to a spot. He's not really throwing the ball to Michael Gallup. And it get frustrating because it's like he's not even a tall receiver. So why are we trying to use him in that way? He actually is pretty good at 50-50 balls though. So that's why I say he play big. He play like a point guard posting up. Like that's how he play.
See, this the thing. Dez Bryant,
like Luka. He play like Luka.
I was gonna say Dez Bryant was around the same height, but Dez Bryant could jump. Like
yeah.
he doesn't have that vertical like Dez had. He doesn't have that catch radius like Dez had. Like you really never really could cover Dez. You could just throw it up and Dez Bryant was gonna come down with it. Michael Gallup had it in his bag and he a body catcher. And listen, I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but I said that they were gonna get rid of Michael Gallup, didn't I?
You did.
Okay. I was gonna play the video. I have video evidence to support this, but I'm not gonna be that petty because I don't want him to jump me when he sees me. But we do have some cap saving things the Dallas Cowboys can do for the year. And if you look down here, we got the Dak Prescott extension, $26.2 million you can save by just giving him an extension. They don't like to talk about that. They talk about pie and cupcakes and all the other bakeries and shit. But reality is you save money on the front end by giving Dak an extension. CeeDee Lamb, I would hold out, my guy. You were 2-time back-to-back All-Pro or first-team All-Pro. You led the league in receptions. And you ain't finna get nowhere near the amount of money that you're worth on playing on the 5th-year option. And listen, Trayvon Diggs got hurt during the season that would have been his 1 year proven deal. Like he got his extension done, so we don't have to have that conversation. But had Trayvon Diggs not gotten paid, and the same thing happened, he got hurt game like after game 2. Trayvon Diggs will be rehabbing without a contract. So I want you to remember what happened to your teammate, CD. Don't take your ass there. I need you to call CD Lamb, get his booking agent, get a fight to Cabo. They try to play with you, but don't take your ass out there and play no football, boy. But you got an extension that will save $13.4 million if you get CD Lamb under contract. So you'll save 26.2 with Dak, another 13.4 with CD. They already did the Zach Martin restructure, so I didn't even have this listed on here. Trayvon Diggs, who was coming down the pipeline, you could save a $7.9 million by restructuring his contract. If you touch Terrence Steele money, you could save 4.9. And finally, if you cut Michael, I can no longer Gallup.
Yikes. Did you write that down now? I about to say, because you is petty. Oh, go ahead.
I didn't say Michael, I can no longer Gallup. That's the freestyle. You know, I was superb with the bars off the top of the head at the lunch table. But
I was gonna be very disappointed if you would have typed that up. But you good though.
Don't be disappointed.
It's a Sunday, Hen. It's a Sunday, okay?
I mean, it is Sunday. You know, the truth shall set you free. The Lord said. So if he goes to, you know what, $9.5 million, you can say if you could Michael Gallup, man. So listen, like I said, I like him as a person. I like his story, all the other stuff. They gonna get rid of Michael Gallup. That man is one of your highest paid wide receivers, and that man don't play like it. He don't play.
He is the highest paid receiver.
I mean, I didn't want to get too technical right there. Yeah.
He is the highest paid receiver. He get more than Cooks and CD.
Hey, also, I done left this up here for a reason. Your boy got traded for a 4-for-4.
Mac Jones, yeah. I hate that for him because he just put himself in a. Well, the Patriots did it, so it ain't like he probably ain't had no say so, but they just pretty much label him as a backup. I mean, 434. What you know about Yellowstone, sir? He said, remember his quote from Yellowstone schedule release. What he said?
I ain't never watched Yellowstone.
That shit, I ain't watched it all the way, but I'm like a season in. It's dope though. Real talk, it's dope. I didn't think I'd like it, but it's dope.
Okay, you know I'm extra country, so you know.
It's dope. It's gangster. They be on there fighting like some supervillains. No lie. Yeah, they'll crank up a fight in a minute.
He said fighting like a supervillain. Yeah, all right, you piqued my interest with that one.
Oh, they be thumping. It's a brother and a sister on there. The sister might just come and just punch the brother in the face and just crank it up like, I'm sick of you. Like they gangster like that.
He said, Hen, can you be my account? Yeah, man, for a nominal fee, you know, you can get the HTM accounting special. You know what I'm saying? We gonna make you a budget. You know what I'm saying? We gonna talk about how to get possible windfalls financially. You know, I got you, T Foster. So if y'all want the HTM accounting specials, just inbox me. We'll work it out.
It's crazy. A lot of people on here watch Yellowstone. I ain't know that. I might be about to do some TV content, y'all. So, hey, stay tuned in with your boy. I might be doing some TV content soon.
Yeah, matter of fact, if my boy LandLord starts up a TV channel and he just talk about shows, he talk about Game of Thrones and The Wire and shit like that, y'all gonna tap in? I need.
I'm a big time show watcher. I got extensive history in watching shows. That's all I do in my pastime. So, other than sports. So hey, I said I might start making some kind of content like that. But hey, what he say, Joe Trenchina? Is he going to the bus station or the train station? See, you just gotta know. You gotta know. If you know, you know, Joe. If you know, you know.
Man, but yeah. So the Dallas Cowboys. This is one thing I want to say. I don't want anybody to think the Dallas Cowboys ain't got no money. They be lying to everybody and they mama, dog. Like we already seen what they did with Zach Martin. They flipped the switch, right? Ain't nothing changed. Like Zach Martin is still on here. They put a fake year at the back of his contract They turned part of his salary into a signing bonus, and magically the Dallas Cowboys got $13 million out of nowhere. They just pulled $13 million out their ass, didn't they? Magically. And they can do that. They can do that with a whole bunch of other players, like we're showing you. And it ain't gonna even be like you need Dak Prescott. Like he's the
Didn't
best.
I see something about restructuring Zach Martin or somebody?
Yeah, they already restructured my Zach Martin. They got $13 million out of it.
See that I'm just trying to make sure because I've been on the road and stuff. But yeah, I thought I'd seen it. Yeah, so they actually showing signs of life. Ooh. We could put the stick away. We had to poke them and see if they was alive still. So that was good. You know what I'm saying? You remember my last live when I was in the, at the house. I said, why everybody else making all these moves and we ain't did nothing? Since that day, it done been like 2 or 3 things that happened. So these are good signs. This is encouraging because it's showing us that maybe they are preparing to do something that we might want, something big, possibly. If they keep restructuring and keep moving stuff around, they could be about to set themselves up to do something. Or they could be the traditional BS dollar bill way and say they finna sign their players. Yeah, we doing all this to sign Dak Prescott, or we doing all this to sign CeeDee Lamb, and we know that if they sign them to a long-term deal, they wouldn't even have to do all that stuff because it'll actually open up money for signing them. So I just don't get what they logic be. They just be lying to us, y'all.
Yeah, like listen, I want people to understand this. They don't have to sign anybody, cut anybody to get an extension done with Dak Prescott because the deal itself is going to clear money off the top for this season. Because remember, Dak Prescott is locked in to $60 million under his current contract for this season. If you get an extension done, you can move that cap hit, and you can save between 26 and 30 some $million, right? With the extension, 26.2 is like the guarantee that you can save, but you can save a little bit more by finagling the contract on the back end a little bit more, right? You'll clear up $13 million by giving CeeDee Lamb an extension because he's locked into his 5th year option, right? Because that 5th year option is fully guaranteed. You can't finagle that outside of giving him an extension. You can't restructure a 5th year option. So what we're saying is, without doing anything at all, just giving these people pieces of paper to sign and say you're going to be a Dallas Cowboy this much longer, you can clear damn near $40 million between Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb alone. It might be over. She said we have $2.2 million in cap space right now. Yeah, that's a roundabout amount right there. We have what we're actually cap compliant at this moment of time. Now we were slightly over before the Zach Martin move, and with that one Zach Martin move, we are now cap compliant before the new league year has started. No, Joe, this is CeeDee Lamb's 5th year. I know it don't seem like it, but CeeDee Lamb was drafted in 2020. So he played the 2020 season. That's 1. Played in 2021. That's 2. Played in 2022. That's 3. Last year, 2023, was the final year of his rookie contract. This year, he's going to play on his 5th year option. So, yeah, like CeeDee Lamb has already played 4 years. This is CeeDee Lamb's 5th year.
I'm gonna let HTM answer that because they don't want me to ruffle no feathers, Miss Regina. So
I mean, listen, she asked Will Day, and the answer to Will Day is no.
No.
They're not going to trade Brandon Cooks because it doesn't really help them financially to trade Brandon Cooks. They got Brandon Cooks on a 1-year deal, decent set at a decent amount of money, and it doesn't really help them to get rid of Brandon Cooks.
Well, what if they can get a 4th rounder for him?
They won't, because they don't want to eat the money. They don't want to eat the money. You see, they don't want to cut or trade anybody where there's a possibility of having dead cap on it. Getting rid of Michael Gallup, you're in the clear. You're going to save roughly about $4 million offsetting the dead money with the $9.5 million that you save from cutting him, you'll save about $4 or $5 million this year by getting rid of Michael Gallup, getting him off the books. I don't really think that's the same with Brandon Cooks. So yeah, I think Brandon Cooks will be here. They like Brandon Cooks, so yeah, and he was productive. You know what I'm saying? Like he was more productive than Michael Gallup. Like Michael Gallup, it's obvious why Michael Gallup's not going to be back. Hasn't had 500 yards in 3 years. Hasn't had more than 4 touchdowns in 3 years. It's time. It's time.
I like Brandon Cooks too, man. Like, now let's move along.
I know you don't really like that man like that.
I like Brandon Cooks as a wide receiver for the Cowboys. Okay, can we move on after that though?
I mean, you're lying to yourself because you never mind.
Huh?
Huh? But yeah,
I wouldn't say I'm lying. I mean, that's an interesting take right here. Calvin Watkins says Dallas Cowboys are giving wide receiver Michael Gallup permission to seek a trade. So look, it's about time we just. I feel like we should just reboot that wide receiver though, honestly. Like, cause we got CD. It'll be wonderful to have somebody to pair with him and to just grow. You know what I'm saying? That's what Michael Gallup was to Amari Cooper for a minute. We had 2 people to go with him. Then we was still in a luxurious situation, right? And we was able to, boom, go get who? CD Lamb in the draft. And that just turned our offense, it opened it all the way up. That's the type of vibes I was trying to give us. But we up here making more problems out of stuff that we didn't even have as problems. We creating problems. I thought in the offseason you're supposed to solve problems. We're making problems. So I just got to see how we want to structure this team, man, because a wide receiver at this point would have been a luxury position. It would have been a luxury pick. And we just don't have the luxury right now.
I mean, are you sure? Because the Dallas Cowboys have not set in stone that they're not going to just run with the people currently on their roster. Like we're the ones assuming they're going to use the first round pick on an offensive lineman. We're the one assuming that. They said they feel comfortable if TJ Bass and Brock Hoffman have to start in 2024. They said they feel comfortable. And what did Brian Broder say about the Joneses? He said they like to be comfortable. So the word comfortable comes up in a particular manner. They might really feel that way. They might really feel that TJ Bass can hold his nuts and go out there and bully dudes and be productive for the Dallas Cowboys. I go to bat for TJ Bass, man. I called it day one on TJ Bass when he got here. I said he would be a plug and play player way before Austin Richards, and that came to fruition. Right? I really didn't know how a dude with a 4th round grade ended up being an undrafted free agent, but look at God, right? Look at God.
More for us.
We cheap, so we got to find people like that.
Better for us, yeah.
That really what happened with Lael Collins. Lael Collins had a late 1st round, early 2nd round grade. He had that issue come up where they thought that he killed his old lady. Turned out it wasn't true, but it still hurt his draft stock so much that he went undrafted. So hey, you gotta take calculated risks sometimes. And the Dallas Cowboys do that with people with high draft grade and character concerns. They don't really swing for the fences. But if you got some stuff on your resume that's gonna bring you down, they'll take a chance on you.
What about that? What that says about the way our mentality set up? It's just cheap. we trying to go to the Goodwill, the retro store, and find them great clothes, even though they old and you know what I'm saying, they being resold. They still some gems in there somewhere. Like you still trying to get over. Like that's why we would do something like that. Like, oh, he got a 1st round grade, right? Okay, if we buy low, we might be able to still get that first round grade stock and status from him. Like, why won't you just pay for a 1st round talent? You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it. See, they rather take that risk and try to like far exceed what they should get instead of just paying for what they get. Like it makes no sense. Because look, you will minimize the risk a lot of the times if you pay for an earnest pay. Almost every time you pay for something and you get over, you still have doubts and questions about it. You be like, man, that was a nice shirt, but why was it $6? Because like it looked like Gucci. It got the patterns on it, but I mean, I just don't know. It feel a little thin, but I still like the fact that I got it for $6. So I mean, you never really feel fully confident in something that you pay a real small amount for. Like, you put respect on stuff that you actually pay for. You just do.
Man, hear me out. The Dallas Cowboys do this all the time. That's what they
They do.
like. That's what they like to do, bro. But it is what it is, dog. He said, hold on. Said, look at Collins' rookie contract. They weren't cheap. Shit, like Collins was an undrafted free agent. How much money could he have made? Yeah, he was an undrafted free agent. That man, let me see. His entire contract was $1.5 million and a $21,000 signing bonus. So La'el Collins' entire rookie contract was $1.5 million. They were cheap as fuck.
Cheap. And they got a talented player for a few years. They got a dope guard. They got a couple great years out of La'el.
Yeah, like before La'el Collins' body started to fail him, like La'el Collins was like that. I like La'el Collins.
He was a gangster guard. I think he was always a better guard, maybe.
Yeah, he was a better guard, and him and his agent decided they felt like they were tackles. You know why? Because tackles make more money. But yeah, man, like I am concerned about that though, about this statement. I'm not saying that I don't like TJ Bass. I'm not saying that I don't like Brock Hoffman. You leave a lot up the chance playing two undrafted free agents. They went from playing spot duty to playing a full 17 game season and then playing in the postseason. So you're asking them to be good or better than what they were for at least 18 games. I do think Dallas Cowboys make the postseason. So for at least 18 games, you're going to be asking them to play above and beyond what they ever did. Play more snaps than they ever did. Go up against better competition than they ever did. Because remember,
see, I just want us to get out of that good enough mentality, man. That's that good enough mentality. Like, all this shit wrong with your car, but you ain't gonna do nothing but put an oil change on it. That's good enough. You know what I'm saying? It's just good enough. It's good enough to keep you going. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just want to be good enough. TJ Bass and Brock Hoffman, they might come in and ball. Like, that's a possibility. But I'm just saying, for you to go into it like that, it's just on some good enough type stuff. Like, look, their ceiling might be like, oh, I'm so glad we made this move because they balling out. But what is their floor? What their floor would be?
Man, they floor might be Terrence Steele first year.
They floor might be it's okay. They okay. They will survive. Their floor is exactly what I described. Good enough, but okay. Survivable. It won't kill us. It won't lose us the game.
Hold on.
Like, it's okay. So that's what I'm saying. We need to get out of that good enough mentality, man.
I'm gonna say we don't even know if that's the case for their floor. We haven't seen how when it goes bad, we haven't seen them play bad. We haven't seen the bad from them yet. So we don't know what the floor is. The floor might be awful. We can't say
the floor might be get this boy out of the game. So you're right.
Dak Prescott out for the season.
Don't say that. Knock on wood.
How bad he boy. Like, I've seen Dak Prescott on his worst day. Right? I've seen Dak Prescott on his worst day. I've seen CeeDee Lamb on his worst day. I've seen Tyron Smith on his worst day. I've seen a bunch of the guys on their worst day. And I can calculate, okay, that might be passable. I ain't seen these boys on their worst day. Like, I love TJ Bass, but I haven't seen TJ Bass when somebody has his number. I haven't seen TJ Bass getting worked against a Chris Jones. I haven't seen TJ Bass up against Aaron Donald or Javon Hargrave for a prolonged period of time or shit like that.
So you know what that means, HTM? Why is everybody speaking so confidently in those guys' abilities when it's super unknown. Like, I get the projection because you got to project in this league. It's certain positions you're going to have to project on. So, like, to play devil's advocate, I can understand both sides, right? The reason I say that, I can understand both sides because I think very highly of Dak's ability to be able to play with a average to okay offensive line because I've seen it before. But it's still a big time risk. Like you said, all it takes is one fluke, one drop, lay an egg play, and then your quarterback hurt. So, like, that's the biggest risk in it. This is a valuable position. Like, this is not your fullback. The Hunter Lipke just trying somebody out for the first time. Like, this could drastically change the trajectory of your whole season off of one bad mishap or one hiccup. So, like, I get both sides. I really do. But, like I said, if I was a betting man, I wouldn't want to go into this equation feeling like that's the solution. Like, okay, let's say this. Let's see if we can find a little middle ground, right? If the Cowboys go into this season with Brock Hoffman and TJ Bass as starting players, right? They must have a backup plan. Can we just agree to that? If that's the way y'all want to do it, y'all gotta have something in place. Like, okay, they messing up. Let's start like this. Let's put this. Let's go to plan B. And now you got a whole nother lineup or way to attack it, right? I can accept that if you got a solid plan B, because like I said, I'm not blind. I see the potential and, I like the way those guys play, but I just don't want to dust my hands off and say I'm done when I put these unknown people out here. You see what I'm saying? I just don't want that to be what I'm living or dying by.
And it shouldn't be what you live and die by. But the Dallas Cowboys have been one of the cheapest teams in free agency for the last 3 years. And we also, you remember that long list of names that we signed in free agency? You remember that list? Who was on that list? Like Clinton Dix and what's the boy name? What's the boy name? Worley. We done Terry Poe. Like, who the hell did we actually sign? They actually came over here to Dallas. Like J-Ron Curse and them were probably had the most impact, and nobody knew who the fuck Curse really was. I'm gonna say this: most casual football fans didn't know who J-Ron Curse was, unless you were a Clemson fan or some shit like that.
I didn't know who J-Ron Curse was.
Yeah, I didn't know who that man was. You know what I'm saying? So
Everson Griffin and them. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew who Everson Griffin was, but even he didn't pan out over here in Dallas. Like when we had
I knew who he was. I'm just saying, like, what did we get from him?
Absolutely nothing.
That's my point. So it's like, think about this, man. If you acquire a bunch of C-list talent and it add up to one premium talent, opposed to just acquiring one premium talent, it's the same risk factor if you think about it. Because you're still spending damn near the same amount of money. It's actually worse, Hen. You a numbers man, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's actually worse. What's the most likelihood that you get 10 average players to play above what they should? And let's say we paying them $10 million, right? We paying 10 players $10 million. Like, they spreading it out $1 million a piece. Okay, opposed to paying this one player $10 million. Which one got the highest chance of success? Which one got the highest success rate?
The one you paid the most money to.
The one person compared to the 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why do we operate like this, Hen? We think we minimizing the risk by adding more players for a cheaper price, when in actuality, it'll really be a greater chance of success if you just pay one player and just bet on them. Because what's the likelihood of those 10 players even being on this roster, Hen? You wasting money.
Pretty much. I mean, listen, it is more feasible that you'll get Pro Bowl level play from a Pro Bowl level player that you paid than getting average play from a below average player that you paid. Like
I could tell if the Dallas Cowboys was an automobile, if it was an automobile, we would be going to the Mexican tire shop every day, opposed to just buying new tires. You see what I'm saying? Like we would be paying $40 every week for a tire, compared to just paying $300 for a new set. You see what I'm saying? And it makes no sense. You end up selling yourself short, spending way too much money doing it that way. But hey, that's the life of a Cowboys fan, man.
I mean, speaking of that, man, let's just talk about some other stuff because they want to draft, dog. They want to draft players and get players in the draft. So let's talk about this draft news, man. Let's talk about this draft news real quick. They finna piss me off. The Dallas Cowboys did find out what comp picks they're going to get this year. They did find that out at least, right? So in regards to Dallas Cowboys, they have and shout out to Patrick No C. Make sure y'all give him a follow or like on whatever social media platform you choose to follow him on. He said the Cowboys have officially been awarded 2 compensatory picks for the 2024 NFL draft. They're going to get back a 5th round pick, number 173rd overall, and they'll get back a 6th round pick, number 216th overall. So they got 2 comp picks back. The Dallas Cowboys still do not have a 4th round pick, but they didn't have a 5th round pick, if I'm not mistaken. But let's see. I got the full list of Dallas Cowboy picks right now, and I was right. We did not have a 5th round pick. We did not have a 6th round pick. The Dallas Cowboys were going to go into this draft picking round 1, round 2, round 3, and not picking again until the 7th round until the comp picks hit like crack hit the streets in the 80s, man. So thank God for comp picks because the Dallas Cowboys finna be out here looking stupid.
And for the people who know or don't know, the compensatory picks come at the end of the round, right?
It depends, actually.
I thought they come at the end of the round.
It just depends.
What does it depend on, so everybody can know?
The value that you got from the player that you lost. Also, B Bird hit you with a 5-piece on that end, man. He said,
"Salute, Mr. B Bird."
He said it's analytics, but analytics would never sign the A player. It would tell you to get the B or C player for less money, but you need A players to win the Super Bowl. Hey, I agree with that. Some people
Facts.
That Moneyball shit don't really work out most of the time, man. I know y'all seen the movie Moneyball. Them niggas didn't win a title. The A's didn't win a title. Like it was cute. They got clean and they got better. You know, they got competitive. The A's didn't win a title, I don't believe, when they were doing the Moneyball stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, like, the Dallas Cowboys need to get back to what they were doing in the 90s when they were winning titles. They spent top dollar. They spent top dollar for a Deion Sanders. They spent top dollar for Charles Haley. They weren't cheap in building their team. They traded for our boy Tony Casillas, right? They traded for Tony and brought Tony in. So I'm just saying, like, when you were winning titles, it was when you were going out there and paying good money, right? You were paying good money to for the players on your roster. You weren't hoping and praying that a 4th round pick quarterback will turn to a franchise quarterback, or undrafted free agent quarterback will going to turn to the franchise quarterback, or a 4th round pick running back will going to turn into running back 1. Like you weren't doing shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
You get what you pay for, man. You get what you pay for. You really do.
Yeah, like.
And then when you buy something cheap and it don't work out, you don't even feel bad, because you knew you was wrong to begin with.
Mm-hmm. You knew you was wrong. Yes, you can, Jay Bryant, because teams are doing it right now. The teams are winning championships or are paying top dollar for the people that they get. So the 49ers got a cheap team. Outside of the quarterback position, they got an all-pro tight end. They got an all-pro running back that they traded multiple draft picks for and paid for. They got 2 all-pro wide receivers. They got a future Hall of Famer at the left tackle position that they spent top dollar to get in there. They got one of the highest paid linebackers, one of the best linebacking cores. Like they got
one of the highest paid edge rushers.
Highest paid edge rushers. They went and got Javon Hargrave from the Philadelphia Eagles. They paid him top dollar to play defensive tackle. So yes, teams are loading. They are loading it. Said, and you talk about the Chiefs. They got one of the highest paid quarterbacks out there. They gave Patrick Mahomes almost half $1 billion. They paying Travis Kelce. The only person the only place they ain't paying for it right now, they ain't paying at the cornerback position because they just drafted them boys. But they still made an aggressive move. They traded one of the best wide receivers in the league, used all those draft picks, and built that defense. And they still went out and just gave Chris Jones almost $100 million this offseason to come back and play for them. They paid Chris Jones good money too to still be here. So we can't act like they didn't have people they were paying. They still brought people in. Yeah, you're missing the point. They're still paying a bunch of people over there.
True.
Yeah,
but yeah, ain't nobody winning in this.
The way that we're doing things, ain't nobody winning championships the way we're doing it.
I was just about to say, we don't have an example to say, oh, this is the method that the Cowboys trying to go in to win. We don't have that example in the league these days. So, like, the Cowboys literally trying to reinvent the wheel right now. They trying to do something nobody else is doing. They trying to boldly go where no man has gone before. They on some Star Trek. Like, what are we doing? It makes no sense, bro. Like, and you think we finna be the first team to do it in the modern day? It just don't work like that, bro. It just don't work like that.
Nah, not at all, man. Not at all.
All the last champions you seen, they made significant roster moves and took big swings and acquired big time talent. Nobody's done this just drafting players year after year, bro. And then, like I said, it's common sense. After you know for a fact that you don't draft this position well, we don't draft defensive tackles well. That's what it seems like. Like, I know it's a lot of butthurt Cowboy fans is gonna be mad when I start saying stuff like that, but the same way you could say we draft O-line good, it's positions that we draft bad, right? It's positions that we just draft bad at. Defensive line, defensive tackles is definitely one. What else? It's a couple of more. Linebackers probably is one that we don't draft that well. We ain't had a good linebacker in years that sustained himself.
Really, Sean Lee was injured.
Sean Lee wasn't good enough because he kept being hurt.
Yeah, I would say that. And listen,
we terrible at picking quarterbacks. Like, we got to take the Cowboy shades off sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to be honest and realistic about what we have flaws at. And we don't draft defensive tackle well at all. We don't do well at drafting linebackers at all. We don't draft safeties at all, Meek Phillips. We don't even draft them. We get them in the 6th round and put them together, real symbol safeties from other teams. What else? It's a few more positions we just don't do well, y'all. So if we know we don't do well in those positions, guess what we should do? Acquire them for somebody else. Go get proven commodities at them positions and be like, hey, man, we suck at this. Boom, I'm finna buy the best one, and now we good at it. That's all you got to do, man. But we don't want to do stuff like that. If this team don't acquire a defensive tackle in this free agency, bro, I'm going to be very disappointed. And I just don't see how we'll be able to actually be a competitive team if we can't, like, come out here and stop the run or at least be competitive on the run. Rolando McClain was a good linebacker. You know, that's my Bama boy, B-Bird. But, hey, he was a journeyman at that point. And, you know, we got some top-tier play from him. But he was super cheap, too. And they just acquired him off the street.
They said you can't pay everyone. Shit, said who? Rams pay everybody. Like,
listen, money is not the problem, Jay Bryant. I see he trying. I think he a little leaning towards the front office mentality. No, but I want you to know, money is not an issue.
He said,
don't you know you can be over the cap too? You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is make a few moves to fix it. Like, it's not going. You know what I'm saying?
Jay Bryan said who we paid was the issue, not that we weren't paying people. He said we should.
Oh, okay.
This person that went into it more than than the whole strategy. Because I think what he's trying to say is that we do hit a lot of these low dudes. Just the people that we do decide to pay don't pan out like LVE. Like LVE was somebody that they paid and we should never paid his ass. Michael Gallup was somebody that we paid. We should never paid his ass.
But can we be fair on this? Don't we pay them for the wrong reasons, man?
Always.
We're not paying them because of what they've done. We paying them because of how we feel about these players. Look, we love D-Law. I know D-Law do a lot of stuff that go unnoticed. But we can't say we paid D-Law because of his play. The first contract, maybe, but what about the rest?
I mean, if you're not counting the sacks, that's the only way I can say it. You suck at stopping the run. He's your best run defender.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, on paper, we know what D-Law do, but we not regular fans. We actually watch film and stuff like it. You have to actually do a deep dive to appreciate D-Law. He was just an example. But like, look at LVE. LVE had a good year when he was healthy his first year. Then his play diminished slowly. And then we signed him. Jalen Smith had a great year. Then what? He got hurt. We went and paid him trying to come up on some cheap stuff. We go pay hurt players to try to get the maximum payback when they get back healthy. That ain't nothing but a cheap mentality, bro. Everything that's messing this team up, to me, it almost circled back to being cheap. I promise you, like, it almost, all the arrows end up pointing right back at Stephen Jones and the cheap mentality of the Dallas Cowboys. Everything we do is centered around us being cheap and trying to come up and finesse people. That's it.
Hey,
it's like the universe say, no, we're not going to allow you to just finesse everybody, sir. the karma come back and hurt us. But this one thing I want to say, and then I just ask y'all what y'all think about this. Okay, we talk so much about how low-level players be successful over here, right? These gems that we find. Is it really as great as we think when we taking those chances at such a high volume? Think about that. You see what I'm saying? If you shooting 30 shots and you hit 10, is it still magical? You know what I'm saying?
That's a piss poor shooting percentage.
You see what I'm saying? So is it still magical? Like, if I just told you, if your son or your grandson came up and say, hey, Dad, I hit 10 threes today. Like, dang, you hit 10 threes. That's good, son. But what if he say, I shot 35 shots, though?
Damn, son.
So that's why I'm asking you, is it as impressive as we making it out to be if we taking all those chances? If we shoot our shot at 75 low players and then we get success on 5 of them and we out here saying, oh, we so good at it. You see what I'm saying? I think we perpetuating that with that type of mentality. We need to stop saying that. Like, screw that. Go get some real players, Steven. Let's not give Steven no ideas. You're not as good as you think. It's other teams that's just as good. You just about as average. You see what I'm saying? You about average just like everybody else. We just don't think about all the failures we have. And then when we do have some successes out of that low-level, bottom-tier bundle, it be a big success. You know what I'm saying? But it make us forget all the failures. You see what I'm saying? So I want to get that mentality out of here. Son, you shot 35 shots. Congratulations on your 10 threes. Now you ain't passed the ball to nobody. You know what I'm saying? You out there.
Got 7 turnovers.
You know what I'm saying? You got 7 turnovers. You got 5 fouls. You was just about to get put out the game. Like, you ain't did nothing else. Your plus minus was terrible. But yeah, you got 10 threes. Congratulations. Is that sustainable? Is that a smart way to play? No.
Man, hold on. I'm trying to put together this mock draft shit.
That's a good question what B. Bird said, too. That's a good comment. He said success of those players are relative to what you expect from them. So, like, I think what he's saying is, say, for instance, if, I don't know. I don't want to use an analogy that'll give me counsel, but
Anything gets you canceled in 2024. So
you
you
ain't
know,
lying. I might as well be quiet. But let's say if you were a teacher and one of your students is known for having C's or a D. So when you expect him on this test, what you gonna expect from him?
a CRD.
You gonna expect a C or a D from him because that's what he usually do. But when he actually get a B, you like, wow. You act like it's the best thing in the world because it was far beyond what you expected from him. So that's what B Bird is saying basically. He's saying it's relative because a good year for Dak Prescott, a Dak Prescott good year would be a phenomenal year. No, a normal year for Dak Prescott would be a phenomenal year for Justin Fields.
Or Daniel Jones. If Daniel Jones had a year like Dak Prescott, man.
A normal year. You see what I'm saying? So it is relative to who we talking about. That was a great comment by B Bird. That was a great comment.
Cause listen, we expect 30 plus touchdowns and 4,000 yards from Dak Prescott every single year.
Yeah. If he have a 3,000-yard year with 10 interceptions and 25 touchdowns, we're gonna be like, damn, what's wrong with that?
Uh-huh.
Some people you will be like, wow, that was a pretty decent year.
Yeah, that's the standard that's the standard. Like Dak Prescott, you know what's crazy? Dak Prescott has to play like a top 10 quarterback. No, he had to play like a top 5 quarterback just to be acknowledged as a top 10 quarterback.
Exactly. He got to play like the best quarterback in the world just to even get complimented.
All right, let's do this damn mock draft real quick before we get the hell out of here. I did a 3-rounder right quick. So let me see something. Let me just check these settings one more again. Got this bitch on slow, standard.
Know that boy country. He said one more again.
Hey man, say man. You know what's up.
One more again.
Uh, into the draft room. Yeah, man, it's crazy. They traded your boy Mac Jones for a popsicle.
Hot take. Trevor Lawrence better watch out.
Let's see. What
Trevor
we
get hurt one year, he might not never get that job back again. It might be a Brock Purdy situation, Dak Prescott situation.
are we doing BPA for this or what? What we drafting with pick number 24?
I'm a BPA kind of guy, but BPA works best for the Cowboys. I'll just say that.
All right, the Giants are trying to trade up.
I
Nope.
don't do no type of trades.
Damn, it's crazy the kind of offers you get. They act
Yeah,
legit.
because it make it unrealistic at that point.
Is it though? The
I
trade
don't know because I'm not in the war room actually, but I mean I don't want it to be. I don't want us to be expecting like we gonna trade when more than likely we're not.
All right, so we got Adonai Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, Byron Murphy, JJ McCarthy, Troy Fatanu, Tyler Guyton, Graham Barton, Xavier Word, and Keon Coleman.
Mm.
Everybody
Guyton
make
is a right tackle, ain't it?
who?
Guyton.
Yeah.
All
Now,
right. You know who my picks is.
yeah, Mitchell, Worthy, Troy. Cause I know you say you like Troy in this draft.
Troy is a beast to me. I love to have him on my team.
All right, fuck it. Let's be responsible. Cause people act like we're wide receiver crazy. So we'll get Troy as right here in the first round, and we'll go wide receiver in round 2. That's the only concession I'm willing to make. Is that fair?
Yeah, make Troy a Cowboy.
All right, Troy, you a motherfucking cowboy. Salute, boy.
Let's do it.
All right, let's get to 56. Xavier Worthy of Buffalo Bill, though.
If we draft him, you know he basically might as well go and get his gold jacket. First round old lineman in Dallas, go and get your gold jacket.
Troy Franklin is Xavier Leggett off the board. Damn. Nah, I don't care about none of that. Reject, reject.
B Bird just hit you with a super chat. Appreciate the support, B Bird.
My boy hit me with a super. My boy said just support. You the realest man in the country, man. Hold on, let me put your stuff up there. I sure wasn't looking. Thank you for the support. And B Bird, that still got you a raffle entry though. So salute to you.
Man, we appreciate all the love and support, man. It goes a long way. Support your independent content creators. We need it and we appreciate it.
All right, so let's see. I need to move over to I'm gonna just look at wide receiver. Gary and Cooper, though, he hard. So let me see. Is there any
just go straight to wide receiver for your boy.
Brendan Rice. I like Malik Washington. Did you ever watch his highlights I sent you?
Malik Washington?
Yeah, from Virginia.
I don't think I watched him yet.
All right.
They got Polk on the board.
Jalen Polk, Devontae Walker, Jermaine Burton, Brendan Rice, Johnny Wilson, Jalen McKillen. B Bird said I got 2 in the raffle. Time to close it.
B Bird said he want them chances high. I ain't gonna lie, I'm biased, but Jermaine Burton, I like him. Let's see who else on the board though.
Yeah, you are very biased.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, Malik Washington is a better player.
Malik Washington better than Jermaine Burton?
Easily.
I'm gonna have to check him out because I think y'all looking at paper, and I'm telling you, Miro was not a developed passer. So I know better than to discount Jermaine for that.
Who the hell was the quarterback of Virginia, man, for you to be saying shit about Milroe?
I'm saying
quarterback.
You still need. Okay, we'll see. Let me do my work first before I make that case because I ain't watched them, so I ain't gonna sit up here and lie. But I'm gonna have to look out. But I know Jermaine Burton getting played right now by a lot of people because he had a deficient quarterback at times. But we'll see.
Quarterback before Milroe, dog?
Huh?
Who his quarterback before Milroe?
Bryce.
Did he do anything with Bryce?
I don't know if he was the guy back then yet.
It doesn't matter. He was the guy back then. Can you play or not?
You know how it works. Seniority matters in college, man.
Last time I checked, Mac Jones got everybody damn football.
Mac Jones was that nigga.
He was there, wasn't he?
Yeah. Y'all better quit playing with him. Y'all gonna make me slide on y'all, man. I'm sick of it. Let's continue this, man, because I gotta go put some food in my stomach before I pass away.
Man, what we gonna do, dog?
Okay.
Wide receiver no more, man. You get on my nerves.
Hold on. That's the kid from North Carolina you was talking about?
I said Malik Washington for Virginia.
Oh, I know the one from North Carolina. I like him too.
I like him as well. He's in my top 10. Now, let me ask you a question. Are we just going to forcefully take a wide receiver?
Yes.
Right,
in the second round. I ain't going no further than second round with receiver if I draft one.
Well, fine. We'll take a vote in the chat box. Which wide receiver? Which wide receiver?
Y'all said wide receiver should be in the third round. I disagree.
Yeah,
that talent difference, that talent gap gonna be major. You still in a sweet spot for the receivers in the second round. Flip from Texas said, we don't need a wide receiver. I beg to differ. Huh?
Let's see.
Flip from Texas. You know you got Brandon Cooks on a 1-year deal, right? And you losing one. So you still don't need a wide receiver?
He's talking about Debo was in the 3rd round and CeeDee Lamb was in the 1st. Mark Cooper was in the 1st. Dez Bryant was in the 1st. Who are all these great Cowboy wide receivers that were taken in the 3rd round? Who are these great Cowboy wide receivers taken in the 3rd round? And DK was a 2nd round pick. Not 3rd. DK was a 2nd round pick. So who are these great Cowboy wide receivers that were taken in the 2nd round? Because you remember, we always fuck up on our 2nd round picks anyway. He said we drafted 3 wide receivers last year. We drafted 1 wide receiver, and we drafted 2. We drafted 2.
Okay, Terrell, are you gonna force those guys on the field
again?
Just because you drafted them?
Hold on, Flip. I said name the Cowboy wide receiver that was great drafting these late rounds. Give a damn about the mother folks. Name the Dallas Cowboy wide receiver they hit on super late. I'm trying to get a monster. Name the Dallas Cowboy wide receiver that was taken. I know about Cooper Kupp. I know about some of these other guys. Who the hell have we hit on these late rounds?
Y'all talking about linebackers. It's a slew of them in free agency. We want free agent linebackers. That's why I'm not studying a linebacker in the draft. We already got a young linebacker that don't know where he going. We don't need another one. See, when you get hungry, you start getting mean. I might need to hurry up and get up off of it.
Tell you what,
I just said that man ain't know where he was going, and that I don't think that was nice, right though.
It was true.
It wasn't nice though, Hen.
All right, I tell y'all what. Let's run it both ways, right? Let's run this shit both ways real quick and get out of Dodge. We'll do it 3 different ways. We'll do because we already done took offensive lineman in the 1st round. We'll run it to where we got wide receiver in the 1st, wide receiver in the 2nd, wide receiver in the 3rd. So if y'all want to run linebacker real quick, we'll make this shit quick. This should be quick. Leggett already got picked. That man ran a 4.39. You knew he was gonna stay on the boards no 2nd round. I mean, at least to where we picked in the 2nd round. So
especially with that size.
Yeah, Peyton Wilson already got picked. And Gary and Cooper is the last linebacker worth taking. So I tell you what, I'll grab this dude right quick, and we'll see what the linebacker in third round looks like. And then we'll run it one more time. We'll run it again, and we'll do it inverted. And there's still good linebackers on the board.
Hold on, who y'all pick?
I ended up getting Gary and Cooper. We're gonna get wide receiver in the third round.
That's an L. Well, let's see the wide receivers, man.
That's why I said we're gonna run it multiple times. All right,
I'm already ready to fight.
All right, Jacob Cowing, Javon Baker. That nigga hard.
I like Baker.
Javon Baker.
I like Baker.
Then it's settled. Javon Baker. Yep. Now let me ask you: is this a bad draft to you, LandLord?
Nah, it's a great draft. But the thing about it is, this the only reason I'd be upset is because I don't think Javon Baker would demand playing time. And I'm telling you, we need him to play. But the Cowboys, I'm trying to protect us from ourselves. We would draft a player like Javon Baker and not play him. We will. You want to know why he wouldn't play? Because we'll say we drafted Jalen Tolbert not too long ago. Or we'll say we got Brandon Cooks. We need. I'm trying to protect us from the politics and the biases that we have built inside of this culture we have here. That's why I feel like a first or a second round wide receiver would demand to be on the field.
All right.
If Baker ain't out there just going nuclear, he probably be on the bench.
Javon Baker's gonna go crazy.
I hope so. He'll have to be playing better than Brandon Cooks to even get some snaps.
No, I mean how? We need 3 wide receivers.
I'm saying they'll put Jalen Tolbert somebody right there.
If he going crazy over Jalen Tolbert, they're gonna play him over Jalen Tolbert.
We'll see.
All right, let's run it this time.
We do gotta account for the bias in the politics.
All right, so let's do first round wide receiver, then we'll do second round wide receiver. All right. So first round, pick 24. Which one you want, man?
What we at? This all the players or this just one position? I can't see from my phone. I can't really see. So just let me know.
Adonai Mitchell, Xavier Worthy, Keon Coleman, Troy Franklin, Lad McConkey, Roman Wilson, Xavier Legette. These are
I
the
might
top.
go Worthy.
Xavier Worthy.
I like Mitchell too, honestly, but I'd probably just go Worthy. Slight edge to Worthy. Well, look, in this scenario, we gonna say we leaving Brooks and Hoffman on the field. I mean TJ Bass and Hoffman.
I mean, they said they was, so we gonna go with what the Dallas Cowboys said. And listen, reject, boom. Now I don't give a damn about getting no linebacker. Who y'all want? Y'all want a Gary and Cooper, or y'all want Peyton Wilson?
Peyton Wilson.
Okay. I bet you the center from fuck that. I bet you the center from Georgia's still there. Yeah, he's still there.
Flip from Texas. We getting some of these positions in free agency, man. If we trying to win now, we ain't got time to be trying to wait on the linebacker to learn. That's what I'm thinking about. I want to get some of this stuff. I'm trying to be in a competitive year next year. I ain't really caring about the future right now. So with that being said, it's a few positions like defensive tackle and linebacker. I get proven players instead of worrying about that in the draft. Listen, I said this before. You shouldn't go into the draft trying to fix pivotal positions like that. Good teams don't behave that way. Y'all know that, right? Most of the time, good teams don't behave that way. Out of a whole roster, man, it should be only like a handful of positions that you could draft a player and he comes straight out of college to start. It should only be a handful of players or positions that can do that. So don't look at the draft as a solution. I've done it all. I'm done. Stick a fork in it. Look at the draft like, okay, we can get a player right there and see what he becomes. Because that's what bad teams do. They put them in pivotal roles and think they're going to play like Pro Bowlers or veterans or consistent NFL starters. And that's pretty much not realistic most of the time.
Hey, Terrell, I think that you're behind, bro. I think you're behind. Go check your YouTube and make sure that you click the live button because it seems like you're behind. It seems like you're behind because we already done with the draft. So if you're, yeah, I think you need to refresh your page. But this is what we ended up with this time around. We got Xavier Worthy, we got linebacker Peyton Wilson, and we got center Cedric Van Pran. And Cedric Van Pran probably will come in and start immediately.
Cowboys vet 71 said, I'm about building the trenches. Wide receivers give them excuse to throw more. I get mad seeing Dak throw it 60 times. Well, this is what I want you to understand. Okay, Cowboys vet, think about this. If you don't want to see Dak throw more, I want you to know that you're going to see Dak throw a lot. So if you know that to be a fact, won't you want to set him up to be successful if you know it's going to happen? That's what I'm doing. Mike McCarthy is going to throw the ball a lot. That's how we operate. So if I know that for a fact, in my head, I'm like, you know what? I'm finna set it up to where I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna make sure Dak is successful in the way we want to play. That's just how we are going to throw the ball, and we are going to throw the ball a lot. Once we get that through our head, we need to know that, hey, if we gonna operate like that, we need to set us up to where we gonna be successful playing like that. That's what I want y'all to know. We will throw the ball, and we will throw the ball often. That is a fact. It's been a fact since Mike McCarthy been a head coach, since he been calling plays. He is going to throw the ball.
Mm-hmm. But hey, so we've did it with wide receiver in the first and wide receiver in the third. Now we'll try wide receiver in the second round. Right, so let's go. All right, back to the mock draft simulator. One more again, come in for the win. Brand new machine, I'm sipping on drink. Nigga look like my. Hold on. All right, I'm ready. I'm ready if y'all ready. All right, so we're gonna do. Y'all want center first round this time around? We did left tackle first round. Oh, Fletcher Cox is retired.
Congratulations to Fletcher Cox on a great career, man. He was a good Eagle, though.
Hey, Jane, that should be too good, man. You know, and it's not even no real food this time. It's just a Hershey. But you know, like hell, that early morning chocolate just smacked. You know, you gotta savor that shit. All right, so let's see. Let's run it. Let's run it. Because remember, I'm flexible. I want a wide receiver first and second round though. But the Dallas Cowboys always hurt my heart. Do things I don't want to do. That's why I'm starting to look at more guys that will be third round picks. You know what I'm saying? That's why I've been looking at Malik Washington. That nigga hard. He just ain't the same kind of player that the other guys is, right? I like Javon Baker. He can ball. He just ain't the same kind of player as the other boys.
It's Keon Coleman, Adonai Mitchell, Xavier Worthy, Leggett.
Man, hell no. Nah. Hey, F that. Joe Alt somehow failed. Joe Alt,
Draft him.
he supposed to be the first nigga off the board at the offensive line position. You can't pass on him. Like you just can't pass on Joe Alt because he was the best player available. Now somebody gonna mess around and get Jackson Power Johnson, but Joe Alt is too good to pass. Like Joe Alt is the best tackle in the draft, and you get somebody with a top 10 grade at pick 24, you really can't pass that up. And I'm sorry, I know I said I was gonna get center, I just couldn't do it. All right, so now let's see.
We going receiver in the second, right?
Yeah, we already did receiver in the first, and we already did receiver in the third. So which wide receiver would you take?
Who available? I told you I can't see.
Jalen Polk, Devontae Walker, Jermaine Burton, Brendan Rice, Johnny Wilson, Jalen McMillan, Jamari Thrash, Luke McCaffrey, Malik Washington.
Go back up all the way to the top one more time. And you said Pope, Walker,
Burton, Rice, Wilson, McMillan, Thrash, McCaffrey, Washington. And then Baker. I can't really even see these other dudes on this end.
all of them is pretty much like they the same level players to me. I like Baker a little more. That's why it's so hard for me in the second round, man. Like the talent is different, but I go Polk. I like Polk.
All right. I'll get you Pope.
Now, look at line. You can look at linebacker now.
Yeah, cuz we'll talk about
Or
Swift.
running back. Look at running back. And get a
Yeah,
linebacker in the draft. I mean, get a linebacker in free agents.
yeah, I mean, yeah, we're gonna get a linebacker free agency anyway. I was just pulling this up because folks were talking about Sweat. Sweat been gone, dog. Y'all didn't see Sweat go off the board. Yeah, Sweat was gone, my nigga. Like you gonna damn near have to pick at the first part of the second round to get Sweat. And we already wasn't doing no trade backs or nothing. All right, let's look at linebacker real quick. All right, so Cedric Gray, y'all love Cedric Gray.
From North Carolina, I'll take him.
Jermaine Trotter. I think Tommy Eichenberger is better though, man.
You like him better than Cedric Gray?
I like him better than Jermaine Trotter Jr. too.
Well, get your guy in.
So, hey, you got Joe Alt, you got a wide receiver in Jalen Pope, and you got a guy that's extremely underrated in Tommy Eichenberg.
And you can get a running back in the fifth.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm gonna have to go ahead and head out, man.
Shit, you and me both, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Hey, I appreciate everybody for the love and support. It's your boy Henny DeMoore reporting live from the liquor store. It's your boy LandLord from Alabama. And in the words of West Coast Cowboy, never look down because the stars up, man. We're gonna holler at y'all.
Peace.